So for my older adult interview, I decided to interview my grandmother, Nana V. Campbell. She's 77 years old. She's from Canada. She has been an English teacher most of her life. She doesn't teach anymore, but that was her profession when she was younger. She lives alone. She's single, and I've grown really close to her the past, well, pretty much my whole life, especially the past 5 years. I haven't seen her for about 5 years, but I'm grateful for technology that I get to talk to her a lot. During the interview, we had a good discussion, and it was really fun to hear her responses about everything about aging and her vulnerabilities. And I think the biggest thing that I learned was all the different medical problems she's had to deal with in the last 10 years. She's had a lot of heart problems. She had a rheumatic fever when she was younger. She has had colon cancer. She's had lots of different things. And just recently, she broke her foot. Um, and one thing that I was surprised about was how she doesn't want to be younger. She likes the way she is. She likes the age she is, and she thinks that she's had a good life. And I mean, I was surprised at first, but I guess I understand now, especially if you've lived a long life and you've had a lot of medical problems. It's something that, you just want to just live until you're supposed to live, but you don't really have any desires to go back. Another thing that I was I better understood about aging and vulnerability was just how fragile your body can be, especially as you age, and what can happen and how can take a toll on your body. So my grandmother just broke her foot this last year or a couple months ago, and she still isn't completely better. After her broken foot, she had a lot of other problems come up, and took a toll on her whole body. And so from that, I learned how fragile bodies can be, especially when an emergency happens, a medical emergency happens, and how it can take months to recover from those things. Um, and also, I thought it was really cool how my grandmother doesn't think that her soul is old. I asked her, like, if she really thinks she believes she's that old. And she thinks that she really isn't that old, her spirit, her soul. But she knows that her body is wearing away, and that there's things that she can't do anymore that she would like to. And I think that confirms to me what I thought most older people think, is that they wish they could do more, and they wish they could do things like they used to. And I know that like older people, especially like people like my grandmother, wishes they were healthier and they didn't have to be so susceptible to any diseases, especially with COVID-19. She said her life didn't completely change because of COVID-19, but she was she was afraid of it a lot because of how susceptible she is in her age. Um, so yeah, I'm grateful for my grandmother's experience and everything that she went through, and how positive she is, especially at her age and her difficulties she's had.